Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things life, food, family, and fun. Today we're doing a little bit of food and we're gonna do a keto / low carb chocolate chip cookie that is ooey, gooey, and chewy. And that's hard to do with almond flour. You wanna know how to do it? Stay tuned and let's do this. Okay, so I was recently watching Keto Connect. They have a really great channel on lots of different keto recipes, things to buy at stores. It's a really great channel. If you haven't checked them out, you're probably not doing keto, but you should check them out. So they did a chocolate chip cookie that had a secret ingredient in it that helped keep things moist during the cooking process, and you could have a chewy chocolate chip cookie, which if you've ever baked with almond flour, that's hard to do. So they loved the texture of the almond flour cookie they made, and they loved the taste of the coconut flour cookie they made. So I thought I would try and make one of my own, which combines some of those ingredients, and I make my own baking powder to see if we can get the best of both worlds. So let's head on over to my kitchen and see how this works. Okay, here we are. We're gonna make these chewy chocolate chip cookies. And as I said before, we're gonna try and sort of combine the two recipes that Keto Connect did with kind of mixing up the flour. Everything else is pretty much the same. I do add a little pinch of salt because I feel like just adding a pinch of salt to chocolate chip cookies just kind of takes it over the top. So we are going to do that. So what we're gonna need is 1.5 cups of this flour mixture that I have made up. It consists of oat fiber, almond flour, and coconut flour, and I'll have the combination of that in the description box below and how you can get it in case you want to try this out. So I think it's gonna have the best of both worlds. Don't worry about the oat fiber. It's just the fibrous material that comes off the oat. There's no carbs in it. It's completely keto friendly and low carb friendly. It adds 0 carbs. So I like to sift it because it can get a little bit lumpy. So you're just gonna sift it into a bowl like this. Give it a little bit of help. You can see some of those chunks in there. It just needs a little bit of sifting to make sure that it's evenly distributed. We're also going to be adding baking powder. So it's a teaspoon of baking powder, just a pinch of salt. And then the secret ingredient that I had never even heard of, which I think is amazing, is this beef gelatin powder. And what it does is it keeps the cookies moist and soft, and it does work, and I'm shocked that it does. So you're going to use a tablespoon of that. I'll have this linked below too, so that you can pick that up if you want. It's the Now Real Foods that I buy, but whatever the beef gelatin powder it is that you want. This is the oat fiber. Woo! The oat fiber that I use, it's a Trim Healthy Mama, but you can also get whatever oat fiber. I also use this organic coconut flour. It's gluten-free, non-GMO, high fiber. And then for almond flour, I use the blanched almond flour from O Nuts. This is the 4-pound bag. I am almost out. I'm gonna need to get some more. So those are the flours that I'm using. Okay, and last for our dry ingredients, we're gonna be adding sweetener. Now, they use erythritol, 1/2 cup of that. I don't like the cooling effect that erythritol leaves on its own, so I mix it with stevia blend and xylitol, and I will have that combination listed below of how I make my own sweetener. It doesn't leave stomach upset, it doesn't have an aftertaste. It's amazing, I love this. Love this, love this. So I'm gonna do 1/2 cup of that. And I'm also gonna sift this because it definitely can get some lumps in there. Let me see, there's some big old chunks right here. So you kind of want to break those up into that. Okay, to that we're gonna do a whole stick, which is 1/2 cup of melted butter. So now we've got our melted butter. I'm just gonna stir the sugar into here a little bit better. Put this aside. To this, we are going to add 1 egg, and we are going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. I think I can make it into the sink. Yes. Okay. Here's our vanilla. And if you don't know, a capful is a teaspoon. Easy peasy. And we're kind of just going to mix that up a little bit so that the egg is incorporated into the butter. And then we're gonna add that. They said to add it half at a time. I don't really know why, because I've done it all of it at a time, but let's just try it half at a time and see if that makes any kind of difference. So you can bake this on a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, and I would recommend the parchment paper so that it doesn't stick. But I have a Pampered Chef pizza stone that I have used for years in all of my cookies. Nothing sticks, and the nice thing about that is that what it looks like on the top, it looks like on the bottom. And so you're not gonna burn the bottom of your cookies and have the top of them stay looking nice and golden, and you'll have a surprise underneath. It looks the same on the top as the bottom. So that's a really nice way of doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna get my fingers dirty. So the rings are coming off, Just gonna get in here with my hands and kind of make sure it's all incorporated and mixed together. So it should have a pretty genuine cookie dough consistency, not too crumbly. Should stick together when you press it. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is add the chocolate chips, and I use Lily's Premium Sugar-Free Dark Chocolate Chips. It's pretty much the go-to for chocolate chips in the sugar-free world. It's really good. So a half a cup of those, and then you've got your dough. So this will make 16 to 20 cookies. So it depends on how big you make them, and that's obviously going to alter the total carb content if you are making bigger cookies or smaller cookies, and kind of that's up to you. But I will try and work out what the total carb content is for these, and then depending on how many cookies you make, that will determine how much each one of these are, but it's pretty low, it's pretty darn low. All right, so I'm gonna get out my baking sheet or my stone, which I actually preheat with inside the oven. So it's preheating to 350, and I put the stone in there so that it comes out hot. Otherwise, it actually does take quite a bit longer for your cookies to bake. Okay, so I just filmed the entire first batch and realized that my camera was not showing anything, and it looked like I was dropping the cookie dough on the floor. So I'm gonna show you with the second batch what it looks like to actually put the dough on. So I just scoop up some with an ice cream scoop, and then I'm gonna turn it into a ball. And they don't really flatten out very much, so you're gonna just press it and keep those edges together when you press it down so that it doesn't crumble off. So you press it all down, keep the edges together, and then just go ahead and lay them on here. So I'm gonna finish up these, put those in the oven, and then we will taste test these in 15 minutes. Okay, and now for the big reveal. We are going to try one of these. Which one? Let's try this one. So here's what it looks like. All nice and pretty. And the bottom looks like this. Not burnt at all, just fabulous. And we're just gonna dig in. Look at this blob. These are so good. And be a little crumbly. So good. Okay, so there you have it, ooey gooey and chewy, and this is amazing. I mean, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. I had people at my house eating this who are not on keto, and they had no idea that this was sugar-free, grain-free, low carb, and keto approved. They had no idea. It's so awesome. So I'm gonna link the recipe in the description box below of what I used, and I hope you'll check it out. Also, if you have not seen my orange chicken recipe, I just did a video on that recently, and I will put that in the description box below as well. It tastes just like Panda Express orange chicken, and there's no sugar and no flour in that recipe whatsoever. So please go and watch that next. And that was our full meal, orange chicken and some chocolate chip cookies. And these types of recipes is what makes this diet so doable and so worth it. And the benefits are amazing to this diet. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment on anything that you might want me to try in the future to try and hack or make low carb. I would love to try that out. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great day, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya, ladies.